and the beasts that roamed the wilds of Canada 72 million years ago, and how scientists are exploring their mass grave.
OK, we're going to stay with nature, but of a slightly more dangerous variety, I think you can see. From its first broadcast in 1999, the BBC series Walking with Dinosaurs was a phenomenon, drawing praise and legions of fans for how it used technology to recreate extinct species.
So realistic, wasn't it?
So realistic.
Apparently, I don't know. But it's now returning, heading to a forest in Canada, which contains the bones of a huge herd of dinosaurs. And ahead of its Sunday premiere, our science editor, Rebecca Morell, has been for a look.
Hidden away in a lush forest in Alberta, Canada. An extraordinary sight, perched on a ledge, is posing a problem for paleontologists. First, there's the tapping, then the hammering, and finally, it's worth the effort, because under these rocks are possibly hundreds of thousands of dinosaur bones.
The Pipestone Creek bone bed is paleontological gold. It's jaw-dropping in terms of its density. It is literally like a pile of bones that got buried. It is a single community of a single species of animal from a snapshot in time, and it's a huge sample size.
This valley contains the remnants of a world from 72 million years ago. The small patch of ground that's being excavated is absolutely packed with fossil dinosaur bones, from the very young to the very old. There are up to 300 per square metre. And what's here carries on through this hillside for a kilometre. Thousands of dinosaurs died in a catastrophic event. The dinosaurs are called Pachyrhinosaurus, and they roamed the late Cretaceous land in a vast herd, migrating hundreds of miles north to find food for the summer. But they had no idea about the disaster awaiting them. After the brute force comes the delicate and painstaking work to uncover this prehistoric crime scene, all overseen by Paleo Pooch and Chief Bear Alarm Asta.
And over here where Kai is, like, all of this is bone.
It doesn't take long for the fossils to emerge, and there are a lot of them, all from different Pachyrhinosaurus. Every fossil here has a story to tell. On this bone from the front foot, you can see these tiny little marks, and these were made by the tooth of a predator dinosaur scavenging on the carcass of this Pachyrhinosaurus. It means that the dead herd was lying here long enough for any passing meat eaters to come along and feed. The bones are brought back here to the Philip J. Curry Dinosaur Museum. The beasts are about 5 metres long, with a bony frill on their heads, a bump on their nose, and a unicorn-like horn. So far, the team have collected 8,000 fossils, including this huge skull, but it's missing a key feature.
It has where this nice little unicorn horn spike should be.
But it's not.
But it doesn't seem to be there.
Which is problematic, as that's
Yeah.
one of the things that we define the species based on.
Some sites in Alberta are even more remote, with extra challenges to reach them. But there are rich pickings to be had, with no digging required.
So I think this is a skull bone. And if it is, this is a dinosaur that's easily 30 feet long.
What kind of dinosaur is it?
Most of what we find here is a duck-billed dinosaur called Edmontosaurus. So it's one of our most common dinosaurs, but we don't find them this big usually. The ones here are very large, so this could be a really cool find.
So what caused this day of devastation for the megaherd? The best theory is a flash flood that instantly swept away everything in its path, including thousands of animals. But what was a nightmare for the Pachyrhinosaurus is a dream for the paleontologists.
This bone here is beautiful. This one is part of the hip structure of a Pachyrhinosaurus. This is part of a toe bone. Here's another rib that you can see there. Because, as you can see, the bone is lying on top of each other at all kinds of weird angles. We can't get that out until we've gotten that out. And this goes under the cap rock, so we can't get that out until we've removed the cap rock. So this is the challenge at Pipestone Creek.
But this tangle of bones is also a treasure trove.
More than half of the known dinosaur species in the world are described from a single specimen. So if we have a species that's known from a whole lot, we can learn a lot about dinosaur biology that's not possible elsewhere.
As the day's excavation ends and the team heads home, they know they'll be back to find yet more dinosaur bones, because each discovery tells them something new about this animal. Their prehistoric story is slowly being brought to life. Rebecca Morrell, BBC News at Pipestone Creek, Alberta, Canada.